Hey guys, how you doing? You're back with Rich, White Nova Comics, and I'm doing a video today to show my support for an amazing YouTuber. It's Chris, JERNO'S Comics and Pop Culture. I know you've changed your name a few times recently, but yeah, this is for your 500 sub contest. You've, I think, been a massive breath of fresh air on the community the last couple of years. You are probably one of my favourites. You're one of the ones I watch when I first get the notifications, and yeah, I just kind of really enjoy your content. The one thing I think that Chris does better or than anybody else is, he's got real facts behind his arguments, and I think he kind of looks at things in a real kind of logical way, and I love that kind of approach. So yeah, this is my video to show support for Chris. Now, Chris, you are at 594 subscribers as of this morning. Now, yeah, 500 subs, and then within 6 weeks to get nearly another 100 is amazing. And your contest consists of 3 questions. So, first one is, who's your favourite superhero or villain? And buddy, I'm with you. My favourite is, by all means, absolutely, no question of a doubt, is The Amazing Spider-Man. I grew up watching The Amazing Spider-Man on a Saturday morning, the animated TV series, and I suppose from there, that's the massive memories of my childhood. That and the X-Men, the early 90s X-Men cartoon, which was a very close second, but yeah, Spider-Man for me is my all-time favourite. Show some books. Obviously, a few need to be rebag and boarded, but from the current run, the Red Goblin saga that was sweeping, as I say, the nation, the world over the last couple of months. Actually got 5 copies of the first appearance. I think it was so hyped up. The comic books the shop's got so many issues in. I was in New York a week after it came out, and they still had stacks full on the shelves in Midtown Comics. So yeah, Spider-Man is absolutely my favourite. It's just the memories that I have growing up as a kid watching that show. I think as well the fact that kind of following the success of the X-Men movies, you had the first Spider-Man movie in 2002, I think, which was a huge hit, followed up by Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock, which is probably one of my, or maybe certainly close to my all-time favourite comic book movie. So Spider-Man leads the way. Question number 2 was to pick our favourite artist from the 70s or 80s, and I'll be honest, I don't really have many books from that era. So I was kind of a bit stuck on who to pick, and you said just pick anyone, but the one book I do have from that era, of course, Amazing Spider-Man issue 214, and just kind of looking, and it's John Romita Jr. and Jim Mooney are in that. So that's going to be my answer. John Romita Jr. Amazing Spider-Man 214. It's got a nice appearance of Namor, and flicking through the book, actually right on the middle spread, it's really cool to see actually the people that were selling the books at the time and the prices they were trying to get for them. I think any of us would want to do anything like this. See these prices now. So if you look at Avengers number 5, $30. Captain America 100. I know, Chris, that's one of your big books, your Grail book. I think you upgraded it. The first copy you had didn't have a cover. I could be wrong, but yeah, that was going for $12. Captain America 100. So I think it's just really good to kind of look in these old books from the 70s and 80s when they got prices in there. It's really good just to go back and kind of see what people were paying for the books that now we'll watch on eBay for weeks and weeks on end, to try and get a good deal. So the answer to the question is John Romita Jr., and that's because that's the book I've got from the 80s. Now, I did do a video for your 100 sub contest, and I really enjoyed it because actually the question was the same in terms of what do you like to do outside of comic book collecting, and it was for me spending time with the family. And I remember I did my video, I was at the park with my kids. We were it's just a typical day for us. When the weather's nice, we get out, we go play in the parks. And it's just great seeing them grow up, seeing them learn, seeing them fall and get them pick themselves back up again. It's always an amazing time. But I do have one other love, and it's been really hard since the kids, really, because of cost and time. But I, growing up, was a very, very keen golfer. I always played golf as a kid. Whenever we had time off school, me and my brother, we went, we played golf all day long. And it was just a really big part of my life until just a few years ago. And it just comes down to time and money. It's not cheap. It's not a cheap hobby to have. It's not a cheap sport. But in terms of what I can show you, I remember, I'm trying to think now, I must have been about 13 or 14 years old, around about that age. And I was playing in a competition, and my mum and my now late granddad was there. It was, I think it was the last hole I played, or the one before that, and they were standing behind the green. It was a par 3, and I hit a really nice shot. It kind of landed. I couldn't kind of see where it landed, and then they started jumping up and down, and I got a hole in one, and it was the first and only one I've got. So I'm really, really proud of. And this is the golf ball that I got my hole in one with, and it sits on my desk in a sort of pencil holder that my daughter and my son made for me, and it's something that I'll always carry with me. For one, because it was a massive achievement for me at quite a young age, and because I just remember my mum and my granddad being there, and that's how I knew I'd got a hole in one, because of the way they cheered. And yeah, that's something that will always stay with me. I've never hit it again since, in fear of losing it. And yeah, it's a massive part of my life. Me and my wife now, we both don't work weekends. We both have the weekends off, so I intend to start playing more, given I've got more time. Whereas when the kids were a little bit younger, my wife would be working weekends, so I would enjoy time with the kids at the weekends, instead of being able to get out and play. But yeah, a massive, massive hobby of mine, a massive part of my life. My granddad, my nan, my dad, my brother, all big influences with me. And yeah, that is my hole-in-one ball that will stay with me forever. Probably get passed down to my son. He might not ever play, but in terms of what I can show you, that's it. I mean, I don't have the time to go out and hit a few balls for you. But yeah. So Chris, keep up the great work. I love your channel. I love your content. I love the fact that, as I say, you bring so much passion and logic to your arguments. It's really, really good to get that view. While it's really good to just see someone's really passionate and it's all, their arguments are all based on passion and their opinion, you've got that weight to it in terms of the facts and everything behind it. So if you're not already subscribed to Chris, I'll leave a link in his, below to his channel. Please go sub him up. Please go check him out. He'll be at 600 probably by the end of the week, no doubt. And yeah, Chris, thanks for the contest. Appreciate you opening it to everybody and not just you guys across the pond. So yeah, brilliant. And until next time, guys, see you later.